It's difficult, though. It'd be more likely to call it racism or anything else. It's strange how we weigh those decisions. Exactly. I'm with you. Not a bro. I'm with you, man. I don't know how, I don't understand the framework as to how we assign value. Hey, Jamie, good luck today. Thank you, Jackie Shalley. How are you, man? How are things? I'm doing great as well. I hope that you're all good in Ukraine and life is all right. Um, is it too crazy to check raise here? I'm gonna try. I mean, it's a little wild, right? It's a little wild. It'd be nice if we had a backdoor flush draw, queen jack of hearts or spades or clubs. But I'm just gonna assume I can get enough fold of like the middling suited stuff. You know, if they're queen jacks, queen tens, they're jack tens, they're 10-9s, they're 9-8s, and or get their ace 5 suiteds to fold on the turn. Like that kind of, that's my thinking there. But it's definitely an aggressive line by me. Call against PPG MMD. I don't know why they get some flair on their name, but they do. Whoa. Overcall. Well, pretty good flop. Check raise. Good luck us. Good luck us. We cover both here, so. Ooh, heart. Ayah. We went aside anyways. We went aside. So I think we like break even here, so. But we got a pretty good chance at it. We got a bet fold out of wrap, you know? Four six raise, 3-bet to 7,700. I think fold 4-6 is good. Ace 4, we take it down as well. Poker tables. I think the threshold of confronting people doesn't necessarily have to be about subject. It can also be based on emotions. For example, knowing you feel regretfulness or anger or sadness or whatever emotion we value is a decisive factor. Yeah, so I think it's a really good point, Muggy W, right? Like my first impression is not the impact it has on me, but the impact it has on us, you know? So maybe that's like a difference in the opinion is like whether you should be thinking about you or thinking about us, right? Because that's definitely not the first thought for me, for better or worse. But it's an interesting idea of like, how will I feel? And that seems to be the seems to be part of the difference in opinion is like, think about yourself. Like this isn't about us, it's about you, and like, why do you care? Like, just skip it. It's like, well, what about us? What about all of us, you know? But that's an interesting idea for sure. I like that. Though that's something that isn't going to impact you personally, would you accept that non-white male poker players paid less rake than males in order to provide a proactive advantage? I think that would be a really heavy-handed way of trying to be proactive, not a pro 420, right? Yeah, and I'm not sure how it would be applied in poker, right? Like, I think it would be quite difficult in poker. But for example, I would definitely be in favor of companies supporting, you know, specific ethnic groups and or specific social groups like women, for example, women's tournaments. when I first got into poker and I was like 18, 19, 20, I didn't understand women's poker tournaments. I was like, why? Like, hey, everyone is the same skill level. Not realizing at the time, of course, which is obvious now in hindsight, but like, it's not about skill level. It's not about their ability to win the tournament. It's about having a social environment where they can try and play the game and feel more comfortable, Like, it's like on the golf course. I always go to the golf course. There's all sorts of groups that play on the golf course, and it has nothing to do with they can compete against each other adequately, right? It's all about being a social group to where they can enjoy the game in their environment, and like that's a good thing for poker. And so yeah, I'm all for poker tournaments that are designed for specific groups that are intended to be social, So like I would be for something like that for more historically disadvantaged groups in poker to find the game. But I feel like a way you would do that in poker in America, for example, would be go to areas that are typically more, correlated with one of the groups that you're trying to introduce the game to, and host tournaments in that community and sponsor it with some sort of money or something. I wouldn't think it would be like a tournament by tournament rake, disadvantage. But like, so I would support it in some sense, but I wouldn't support that heavy-handed way of trying to go about it, Like, it's really delicate, right? It's like, there's definitely a certain point where it could be overdone to where, I think from my point of view again, right? Just my point of view here. There's some aspects of just physiology and differences in sex and gender in terms of what people are interested in based on physiology. So I think it's completely reasonable for some jobs to be biased towards one gender or one sex, right? Like, I think that's completely reasonable. What level is the bias naturally? Well, you don't know, like what percentage of being a pilot is biased towards men because of biology, and what percentage of it is biased towards men because of society. I think you should eliminate the society bias, and I think you should allow the biology bias to exist as long as you would like,